You know, now when you walk on the street or wherever in public places, instead of the people finding them connecting to each other and talking, everyone is isolated in his virtual world with the iPhone and with their phones and applications. Don't you think that this fast-paced growing technology made people less interactive?
Yes, I think so. And I would say that using technology and letting the mobile phones in the hands of people is good to be acquainted with. But we should focus on the developmental usage of ICT, not the entertainment only, or not the social side only. ICT can help in development and can serve and can offer governmental services and can ease the life of citizens. This should be offered by the government, and that is what is planned now. And this should be accepted by the citizen, and the citizens should be trained on this. No more papers. You should use your mobile phone to connect to get a service, to have a paper signed, to have a service done, even to have a prescription, medical prescription. So we should focus on transferring the usage of mobile phones in the hands of people now into developmental usage, into something that can serve in easing the life of citizens inside the community.
But how will this affect employment and unemployment, increase and decrease? It will, of course, decrease job opportunities.
No, this is a very common fear. This is technology has never reduced the human capacity or the employment of people. Technology has always been assisting, and
but sometimes, as the saying goes, technology always fails you.
No. I do not believe in this, but the Information Technology Institute, for example, receives graduates from the university and qualifies them to join this domain. This domain will not be the only domain for all people to join, but will be a helping domain for doctors and lawyers and journalists and media people and all other peoples to know about and to use. So everyone will have his job, but will have only the knowledge.
But instead of using 3-4 people to do a certain job, you will use one person.
Sometimes this is true, but some other times you have 5 or 6 people in the background. You are not seeing running the infrastructure and administering administering the service itself and planning and following the budget. Yes, and following the budget. Anyhow, we would have people have real work, not virtual work, not only work or have jobs that is not real or that is not fruitful or that is not producing. We do not like the model of having so many people inside an entity and only 4 or 5 that are running this entity without other people running overemployment, what we call overemployment. This ICT would help in this. In reducing this.
Right. What other experiences, successful experiences in other countries that we can follow?
I would like to say, to mention the experience of a close country and country that we all love, is the United Arab Emirates. Dubai has been involving ICT in so many fields, and mainly in the security and in the airports and in the identification of the visitors. So it has made so many advancements that we are all proud of as Arabs and as lovers for the United Arab Emirates. Also, Barcelona in Spain, as I have mentioned, are establishing a system, an ecosystem, a total system involving all the citizens in one, I can say, technological system that connects all the citizens in the health domain and in the education. I mean, the citizen can deal with this system once to get health services, other time to get educational service and other services. These are the most known. Of course, there is others or there are others that has been working in this field, but these are the most distinguished.
But what about India? Sorry,
no problem.
I think they're very advanced when it comes to computerization and information technology.
India is a very good example for the Indian people. Indian people has now reached very high positions. The Indian
and outsourcing
CEO,
as well.
Yes, in outsourcing human. But inside India itself, it is not a very distinguished example. the Indian people, the CEO of Google, the recent one is now Indian, and so many other very big entities in the IT domain are now Indians. So this is a very good example in the human capital development. So we should follow this example in training people, educating people, even exporting our experience to the other world. Inside India itself, I cannot say that it is very distinguished in applying ICT, but it is good and going. They have a large population like us. They have different variety of cultures, just like us. Maybe the same weather and things like Egypt. So it can be taken as an example in certain models.
Mm-hmm. What about ICT and illiteracy? Do they get along?
Yes.
Do they get along or
no,
not?
No, of course not. Illiteracy, of course, should vanish, should be faced. And ICT can have some tools to face illiteracy. You can teach illiterate people.
E-learning, for instance.
Yes, can teach illiterate people over the tablet, over the mobile phone. And for surprise, illiterate people are very talented in dealing with the mobile phone. I don't know how.
Strange.
But this is true. So the mobile phone that he loves can teach him the letters, and they can teach him the reading and writing through graphics and through voice and through other things. There has been an initiative also by some of the telecom operators to do this, to face illiteracy with the ICT and with tablets, and it has been successful. Yes, it has produced good results.
Sir, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do we stand when it comes to information technology?
We stand in good position. As long as we are working, and as long as we have plans, and as long as we have experts and exploring other experiences and moving forward and setting up infrastructure and setting up human experiences and such things. So tomorrow will be better for sure in this area. And one day we will stand and say that ICT has solved this and this and these problems. It cannot solve all the problems, but it can solve some of the chronic ones in a good way, and in short time.
Yeah, sir. One last question. Do you believe, as an expert in the communications sector, do you believe that we can see soon in the elections being digitalized and the voting process became computerized, or it's going to take a long time?
This is one of the
the
dreams.
voting process and everything to be computerized.
This is one of the dreams, and every time it comes to reality, it faces some disadvantages and some objections from a certain side of people. But it is done, and it can be done, of course. It is done in India, it is done in other countries, and it is now studied the success stories of these countries to apply one in Egypt. I cannot promise that the coming elections will be electronic, but I would hope that some near elections would be electronic, and this would be very good elections with no corruption, with no bad or side effects that we see every election.
Yes.
Right, Dr. Mohamed Adly, Information Technology Institute. Many thanks for your insights, sir.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, now it's time to take a look at the report prepared by Nile TV's very own Dina Yunus. Let's take a look, and we'll be right back to resume the remaining segments of The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International.
Edfu is one of the city of Aswan Governorate. It was known in the ancient texts as Jeba or Deba or Teba, and in Greek as Edfu or Edbu. And later the Arabs added letter A and it became Edfu. It was a capital of the second nome of Upper Egypt. The Greeks equated it with god Apollo.